What would you do if tiny elves secretly helped you while you were asleep? Long ago, in a small town, there lived a poor shoemaker. He was honest, hardworking, and loved making beautiful shoes, but fewer and fewer people came to his shop. Soon he had enough leather for only one last pair of shoes. He carefully cut the leather, placed the pieces neatly on his workbench, and went to bed, hoping tomorrow would bring better luck. He had no idea that a wonderful surprise was waiting for him. The next morning, the shoemaker entered his workshop and stopped in amazement. On the table stood a perfectly finished pair of shoes. Every stitch was neat, every detail flawless, as if a master craftsman had made them. That very day, a wealthy customer bought the shoes for a generous price. With the money, the shoemaker bought enough leather for 2 more pairs. Once again, he prepared the pieces before bedtime and wondered what might happen during the night. When morning came, the new shoes were finished as well. Night after night, the same little miracle happened, and the shoemaker's business quickly began to grow. Curious to discover the secret, he and his wife decided to stay awake and hide inside the workshop. At midnight, 2 tiny elves quietly appeared. Smiling as they worked, they skillfully stitched the shoes with incredible speed before disappearing into the darkness once again. The shoemaker and his wife noticed that the little elves wore only thin clothes while working through the cold nights. Wanting to thank them, they lovingly made tiny shirts, jackets, trousers, warm hats, and little shoes. The following evening, instead of leaving leather on the table, they placed the gifts there. When the elves found them, they laughed with delight, quickly put on their new clothes, danced happily around the workshop, and sang cheerful songs together. After that joyful night, the little elves never returned. By then, the shoemaker had earned many loyal customers, and his honest work kept his shop successful for many years. He never forgot the kindness he had received and always helped those who needed a hand. This story reminds us that kindness, gratitude, and generosity often return to us in the most wonderful ways.